Welcome back to Méchet, everyone. Back to our lovely new little goat paddock we put in. Isn't it lovely? I'm so wrapped in it, and I hope you guys are too. It is the second last piece to the puzzle that we need before we can start making our cooked snails. The next piece is the dairy. However, the dairy is a little bit more expensive than the money we have in the bank at the moment. We do have some timber down to be sold. We're going to be chopping a couple of more trees to throw in there today. But before we crack into the next month, what I actually want to do is I want to cut the top paddock up here and just fill up the rest of this, I guess, forage wagon? Sure. That's the ticket. What I might actually do, I'm thinking about getting myself a cheap little windrower. Just because of how much we miss, but I'm not going to worry about it today. We're tight on money. We need to get a weeder because in 2 months' time, we're going to be planting that field down there. So that's like next episode potentially. Let's turn this on. Let's drop this. Control V. There we go. There we go. Lovely. And we're going to go ahead and crack on with getting the rest of this because in a couple of months' time, this grass paddock up here will be good to go again. So we may as well take what we can while the weather's good because I don't know what it's going to be like over the next month or two. I am predicting a lot of snow. I did have a brief look at it. I am predicting a bit of snow. So yes, shall we crack into this today first? And then we're probably going to sleep. It means that over the next couple of months, with our farm being a bit low, despite our timber, we are going to have to start producing a bit of money. And to do that, we're probably going to have to do it via some contracts, right? Which is totally fine. We can do that. But I think first things first today, let's get this top paddock chopped up. And then let's get this grass in here, and then we're going to go and sleep, I think, for the rest of the day. Last little bits, but almost another full load for the barn, the goat barn, goat shed, sure. What do you call it, goat shed? Yeah, let's call it that. It's a barn for the cows and it's a shed for the goats is what we're going to say. But yes, I think 11,500 if you were paying attention the last time out is how much you could fit in that goat shed. Okay, let's turn that off and lift that head up. I can also just leave. I'll leave this grass just sitting out here like this. We could probably, there's probably a strip up there, you missed, Ham. Yeah, look at that lovely big juicy strip. Let's get it. Are we picking it up? Well, we are, but not really getting that much, are we? No. Ah, well, better inside the back of this than it is on the ground. But we got this little patch of grass now that we're going to have to throw another bit of fertilizer on. And I think that'll be fine then once that happens. I'm not stressing too much about this grass field. Otherwise, you can spend way too much time on something that just doesn't really essentially matter. We'll go ahead and throw this away now. Yes, okay. Now, while we've made some good purchases around the farm to really project ourselves further in the cash department, we are going to hit a little bit of a dry patch when it comes to money, because we're not going to have... I mean, we've still got timber coming in, so that might just keep us afloat just enough to get stuff done that we need to get done. Where am I going to put this? I'll tell you where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it right in front of the baler. Now, I think there was 90% left in that baler, so I could potentially go ahead and, you know, convert that into a grass bale too. So that's also another option. Now, I'm going to get the front loader attacher and just make sure, because I feel like we had some feed that we could throw into our snail farms there. Right. Although I can move this stuff by hand, can't I? Yes, I can. Let's just make sure the tines are spread. Yeah, they are. Right, so we may as well just throw these two in. The furthest one. Daily jobs never end, do they? And then what we'll do is we'll call it quits for the day. We'll work on our timber tomorrow. I want to cut down a few trees. Okay, what are you looking at like now? You're looking at snail feed mix now, 3,000 litres, which will keep it going for another couple of months. Breeding snails should be fine, water's fine, and lettuce is always the way. Okay, cool. And we've got some snails popping in as well, so we're good on that front. Got some more lettuce and garlic around here too. What am I talking about? Yeah, the timber. When we take the timber to sell it off tomorrow at some point, because we might cut down the trees first, load that in, then we'll go and sell some timber after that. I want to make sure, don't let me forget. I don't know how you're going to let me forget. You can let me remember. Remind me in the comments. I need to service and fuel the vehicle when I'm down there. We got to stay on top of that. Okie dokie. Here we go. Lovely. Let's go and park up for the night. It'll be our goat's first night here. It looks like the snow's starting to come back down too. So if that's the case, I'm just going to park this indoors. Do you want to move this stuff out of the way as well? It can kind of just push over near the wall, yeah? Like it's in the big bags. It'll be fine if it sort of just sits over here, I think. Okay, let's back this up in here. Say goodnight. Now, I'm not going to put in for the telehandler just yet. I'm still holding out in case we get maybe... You know, maybe... Oh, actually, by the way, we might get a sale come up. We may not. Can I just look at my goats, please? Yes, look at the goats. What are you going to say? Well, they can... No, they need hay. They need hay, but look, the grass and the meadow is growing, so that's fine. It's going to take a few months for their health to grow up. And once their health... So we're not going to have milk just for a while, FYI. And, oh, well, no, milk we might. But reproduction, there won't be any reproduction of goats until their health is at 100%, right? That's how it works. Goats produce milk, which can be sold directly or processed further. Goats eat grass and hay. Additionally, they require water. Not these goats, they don't. These are special waterless goats. How's your goats? Oh, they're waterless. Oh, yeah. Good night. Right. Oh, January looks like a lovely day. What's in the sales? Ah. Hello. The only trouble with this is... Oh, I want it so bad. But we just can't. We just can't, chat. Right, can we just check the state of stuff, please? We're fine here. We've still got limestone in there, which is great. Large tarp greenhouse. You've got plenty of water, so that's great. We're still waiting on our butter for that. That's going to take a little bit. The wood is down to 2,000 litres. However, we've got 5 stacks of planks long, 4 stacks of wooden long beams, and 5 pallets of wooden chips. So today's going to be a very, very handy payday that we are definitely going to need. Maybe we can get that trailer. But a couple of things we are going to have to do is definitely get... what? Well, actually, I need to get the tractor. We're definitely going to have to get the weeder. I keep saying that. And I think I might... a smaller little front mower on the front would be perfect, but I think it'll be fine. Let me grab the winch. This should be our last... Is this our last day of winter? I think it is, you know. I think this is the last day of winter. Now, trees are just coming down. They're just going to come down, and that's that. Everyone's like, you're all like, Ham just hates trees. I don't hate trees. I love trees. Trees keep us alive. But you know what they also do? They get in the way of my farming ability. I won't knock them all down, but I just want to make a bit of room here. 1. Are you going to time-lapse this for everyone? I mean, they should be just picked up by the hand, so that should be fine. I'll go ahead and take this one out. It's a big one, but it's got to go. When in doubt, bulldoze it out. Isn't that right? Okay, well, I'm glad we sorted that out. It is fairly heavy, this tree, bigger than you'd think. We've actually got a fair whack of timber back into the old... actually, I'm going to come all the way around. Yeah, we've got a fair bit of timber back in the old sawmill there, which is good. So it's going to keep the money flowing in a little while longer. I don't want to make this whole series about timber, but what it is doing, it's helping us just mitigate all the losses we're taking in our mortgage, which we are definitely going to have to start paying back. Okay? I know we're trying to build our implements, our equipment, keep things maintained, and also get our productions up and running. But at some point, we have to start paying that down. Right, 23,500 wood back into the old kitty there. Now, we did have a little few logs here. Let me just get those thrown in. These hand grabbable ones. Let me just get these thrown in. And then we can start looking at delivering a bit of our timber, hey? Okay, a few little stump grindings left. But I've cleared out the stumps and a little bit of shrub. The rest I might have to just replow that area. But there we go, 24k wood in the bank. Actually, how much? We've almost got 6,000. It'd be nice. Well, it's almost got 6,000 wood chips. Look, it's only 8:57 in the morning. There's not going to be a lot of contracts today, I don't think. No, yeah. Winch system back over here. I'll go ahead and pick up the bale trailer. And that. I might need this also. I just want to see if at all I can go ahead and use the weight and get the trailer. Hey, we should get this. What do you know? It sort of works. I'll take it. I'll take it. Right, what we're going to do, I'm going to fast forward time just a little bit, and then we'll start loading this. Well, I did some fast forwarding to almost 12 p.m, but it's quite slow. The old timber, it doesn't actually spawn in that quickly. So I think what we're going to do now is we're just going to get this stuff on board. And we'll see what's going to happen for the rest of the day. But otherwise, I think that'll do us. We'll just try and get what we got on board today. Oh, damn. Oh, this is not going to go well, is it? And then we'll worry about... We'll worry about more timber another time. How's that sound? Sounds good? Does that mean another time lapse? Yes. Look, all these episodes are going to be very time lapse heavy, okay? Because we've got a lot of work to do around the yards, and the best way to fit a lot more work in each episode is to time lapse them. I would say that's a very big load of timber that we're probably going to make a bit of money on today. It could be our biggest single profit yet today. Now, if you notice, I'm going to have to do the wood chips last because they are buried under all this wood. And the other problem we're going to have, I don't do reversing articulated in this game very well at all. How good's a bit of first-person loading, by the way? Except I can't see under the roof. I can't see under the roof. There we go. Lovely. As if this is not going to tip over. Oh my giddy odds, team. Well, now we get the fun part of selling it all. And don't let me forget that we have to get a service and some fuel. Do I want to keep the weight with me? No. I want to put the weight away. I want that. Lower it down and drop it off. Oh, pretty neatly stacked too, don't you think? What about those wood chips that would just be pouring out everywhere? Yeah, don't worry about them. Right. Oh my lordy, this feels wrong. 6,000 long planks, 4,000 wood beams, 6,000 wood chips. Let's go and make some money, get some servicing done, and potentially purchase some things. What an absolute cracking day in January it is in winter here. Okay, this is going to be really interesting. I'm going to do my best to reverse this and on camera for you all because, hey, where's the enjoyment in me doing it off camera so you can't see how painful this is for not just me, but for you to watch. I'm sharing my pain with you when it comes to reversing this. And no doubt we're going to have a mess when the, probably, when the, actually, just bring your tines up. When the chips fall off? Yeah, when the chips are down. Now, the best thing you can do is try and straighten it up as much as you can by going as short as distance as you can. Oh, this is going to be tough. All right. Not to mention the fact I'm going to have to I want to straighten the wheels. Straighten the wheels. Chase it. If we just do it bit by bit. You're losing your end. You're losing your end. Swing that axle, swing that axle. Now come back. Now come back sharp. Now straighten. Now chase this way. Chase it, chase it. Swing those axles back. Only slight movements is the key here. We're losing the rear, we're losing the rear. Okay, yeah. Now keep coming around, keep following it. It's very, very difficult to do this, but we're getting there. You just, small incremental movements is the key to articulated reversing. I think that'll do. Look, hey, it's not perfect, but I think we did a pretty good job. We got very close to the wall. Okay. We're at 27,849. On your marks, get set, release. And we've still got a set of long planks on there I can't get off, so what I might do is try and just... Why wouldn't you just go into the timber industry, am I right, gang? Right, now, what we're going to have to do is close the tines up, and we're going to have to try and just get in here, tuck in here, just gently... Whoa, that weirdly popped up. Okay. Now, before anything happens, I just want to strap that down. And I'm aware that I probably have to get a lime, but I'm not going to worry about the lime today. I might just grab some more lime next time. Lime it, next time it. Right, and another 8,000 buckaroos. Heck yes, gang. That was much, much needed. All right, that's going to allow us to get in our dairy. Man, I was so nervous about doing that articulated reversing on camera. I'm glad it paid off in the end for us. But if you're gonna attempt it, remember, incremental, you know, incremental, just small maneuvers. Don't just keep reversing and chase your tail. That's just never works, all right? Never works. Okay, let's drop this trailer. You know what I'll do? I'll drop the trailer this way because I'm thinking. Let's have a look at Actually, let's have a look at this. This is still for sale. Now, I really want this. I don't want the extension. 13,000 bucks. I'm going to buy it. I know I'm just spending money, but that's going to come in handy later as well, right? It's really handy to have something like that. Next thing we're going to get is a weeder. Now, I'm going to want something to do. You know, when you look at the vehicle menu for so long and you just can't find something, even though you've been there before? That's how I just was with the weeders section there. Right. We've got you're 2 meters, you're 3 meters, you're 6 meters, and you're ours. Not even going to question it. Now, this will do. Weeders pull out small growing weeds between crops, improving the field state. They can only be used in the first growing stages of crops. Right. So we just have to make sure we stay on top of ours. So I'm going to buy that. I'll get some fuel and then we'll do a service here. Is this thing thirsty and hungry? Right, great. Fuel relatively cheap. Must not be affected by the goings-on in the current state of the world. Old Méchet is protected. Right, we're going to have to do this. Right, always, if you got implements on, especially front loaders, I recommend just dropping the front loader. Oh, Ham, I also park right over the button. Right, the condition of this is bad. Repair 6K. Gee, mama. I'm not repainting you. Great. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to get this onto the back. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to lift this up. Hey! No, not that. It was brand new. It was brand new. How about you just slow and steady, Ham? You know what? I just was talking about slow and steady wins the race sometimes, wasn't I? Let's get this implement up on here. I'm hoping that our lovely wood chips can just pay for some of what we've just bought. There we go. Brilliant. We'll have to come back for our big trailer later. I'm really stoked in that big trailer. That's a really good thing to get cheap early on, because when we're doing some harvesting jobs, especially if we're going to do some contracts, we've got ourselves a great trailer. Now, before I go and spend any more money on machinery and equipment, we will use some of that timber. I'm really excited because what we're going to do is we're going to put down the dairy. I'm going to put it down today, because that will be all of our buildings done for our production, ready to go, right? Now, the exciting thing about that is going to be the fact that the next big timber load we get, we can start paying down some of the loan, but I'm going to put in, and I'm going to do it right now when we get back, or when we get home, I'll do it, but I'm going to send the broker to find us a used telehandler. Right, here we are, off at the animal dealer. We'll see if we can get these wood chips offloaded. Don't maybe drive under there, Ham, because of the height you've got with the weeder there. Yeah, good job. I might have to also just shove these boxes off, because there ain't no way I'm going to be able to straighten up enough and get in there to knock these off. So what I'll do, Let's get you about there, I think. And let's unstrap that. Drop that. And what I'll do is I'll just push these boxes of wood chips in. I'd say that's pretty well delivered for ham products. We just throw them... Ham's products. We just throw them straight at your front door. No lids. No lids. No questions. 13,000? That paid for the trailer. Heyday, baby. Gotta love it. Now we could convert that some of that stuff into furniture and make even more money. If you like the idea of that, let me know. What I plan on doing also, because we've knocked down a few trees, I think we've got to give back a little bit and plant some more trees. Secretly, just so I can knock them down again. I'd like to also give props to MGL in the comments a couple episodes ago with the suggestion for the telehandler with the 3-point and the my PTO. My gosh, I was about to say tail shaft with the PTO. I think it's a really good idea, and it's something I haven't done in a long time. And I love one of my favorite bits of machinery is oh Ham, you've done it. You've done yourself a bit of custard here, mate. One of my favorite bits of machinery is the telehandler. I will, however, get it snug up against the wall. Right, good. Ah! Well, the good news is the weed is off. The bad news is it's probably damaged. All right, I'll tuck this up in here as well. We're not going to need it straight away. Okie dokie chokey. Right, good. Oh, the camera angles because of the posts. Now, was there something else I had to do? Yes, there was. Please and thank yous. We want to go to our telehandler section here. Now, look, this doesn't mean that I'm not probably, if I see something else I love, I'm not going to get it. But just to make sure, no PTO. No PTO, but you have a great looking winchy hook system there. That could be interesting. Oh, no PTO. That's just a hitch. Same again. And this one has the 3-point attach and a PTO shaft attachment. So let's find a used one. If we do it for 1 month, we've got a 65% chance. But if we do it over extended over the next 3 months, we've got an 80% chance. And I think we'll do that for a fee of 1,500. Okay, cool. So yeah, great suggestion. Love it. If you got some cool suggestions like that, let me know. Also, can we just do a save just before things go haywire? Hey, we got some contracts starting to feed in also. So we're definitely probably going to have to look at some of this next time. Also, plus stay on top of our own farm. We got fertilizing and the likes to do on our top field. We're going to have to do planting. Oh, actually, we'll be planting next month, which is brilliant. So we're going to put in our dairy now, and that way we know that all our productions are done. We're home and we're hosed when it comes to that sort of stuff. What are you? You are the sawmill, but I'm going to want you. This is our multi-dairy production. So for those that missed it, it's going to allow us to convert, well, it's meant to allow us to convert goat's milk into butter, which is going to be very, very handy. Plus a lot of other products, which I'm also very excited about too. Now it is expensive, 55,000, but we've got to do it while it's hot. And I think we want to put this right about here because we want plenty of room to maneuver it down in here also. And plus it gives us the opportunity if we ever need to put some more sheds in, we can do that too. Right, let's give a little bit of, plenty of room. Bang. Yay, let's have a look at our little dairy building now. Oh, brilliant. Yes, look at this. Can I have a look at the products we can make? No, apparently not. How dare you want to do that? All right, so here we go. We got buffalo milk. We've got buffalo milk, goat milk into cheese there. I mean, into butter, sorry. So that is a big plus for us. I'm really stoked with that. Does it tell us how much it will need for that? No. No, but that's okay. Look, there's a lot of stuff we can make here. Goat's cheese, goat milk. Can we make dark chocolate using milk? Only, it looks like only with that. Chocolate goat milk? Hey, if you didn't love your goat milk now, put a bit of chocolate in it. Anyway, lots of cool little products we can go ahead and start making out of our own little dairy factory. Cool? Great. That's it. Thanks for hanging out again today, gang. Really enjoying this. Really loving having you all around. Let's go up and see our goats. I love the goats. Shut this door too. We don't need any creatures getting in there. Really great episode today. We're back on. Look, we've got 55k in the bank. We've got everything paid for pretty darn much. Like I said, we'll sell some more stuff next time. Look, we got some more snails in, which is brilliant. We'll have to do some more dailies next time. Oh! Oh, gang. Did you know that? Did you know that? It says only 11. Pallet. You. Mass. 72 kegs. Goat milk. 11. I'm just going to leave. I'm not going to move that in case that keeps filling up a little bit more over time. I don't want to touch that. But it's started. It has begun. It has begun. Goatsies. Look at you little cutie. From me and all the goats again, thanks for hanging out today. I hope you had a lovely episode, and I'll see you in a couple more. We're a little bit skew this week, I am aware. I missed Monday, but we'll get back on track and keep the episodes flowing for you all. Please stay safe, stay glued to your screen. Looking forward to a new year here in Farming Sim in Méchet. Get out of here.